Is Hodinkee dying as a company? This question came up after I watched Federico from Federico Talks Watches made his recent video talking about Hodinkee and Ben Clymer, who's the founder of Hodinkee. The thumbnail of his video was pretty much bye bye Hodinkee. And the title was Changes in Hodinkee, something like that. Little too late ? And that made me start to wonder and worry, is Hodinkee failing and going to fail as a company? Is it going to be no more?
You guys know the transformation Hodinkee's gone from purely editorial to Ben selling it, to then Hodinkee buying Crown and Caliber, becoming a watch retailer, then LVMH investing in Hodinkee, Hodinkee doing a lot of other content instead of just watches, a lot of fashion, and then making a lot of limited edition new watches and becoming an authorized dealer. Hodinkee has transformed massively in the past few years, and most would say, not for the better. And they're getting a lot of shit for it, and they've been getting a lot of shit for it. I think, personally, deservedly so, because I've given them shit in the past. And the reason I have is because I used to adore Hodinkee. I mean, it used to be like one of the websites I visited multiple times a day. The quality of their editorial content was next to none.
So that made me start, watching the whole video and then doing some research and digging afterwards to see whether or not Hodinkee is going to die. And I want you guys to comment down below your experience and your views on Hodinkee as a company, as a YouTube channel, as a content creator, as an editorial. Hodinkee has grown in the past few years, and maybe they've bitten off too much. I think that's what the problem is with Hodinkee, that they've really taken on too much. Hodinkee started, I believe, in 2008 by the founder, Ben Clymer. Ben Clymer is an editor. I think he's a writer. So it pretty much started as a blog, an online blog where he just talked about watch-related topics. And that was it. It took off from there. The only point that I really heard about Hodinkee was on YouTube. As a blog, I didn't know anything of it. I've never read any of his articles or the editors and writers at Hodinkee's articles. I've never read any of them. So it was only from the YouTube content, specifically the Talking Watches, that I heard about Hodinkee. Comment down below and let me know if you guys are in the same boat as me, where the only thing and the only reason why you really love Hodinkee is their YouTube content, specifically their Talking Watches, where they had sit-down Talking Watches with John Mayer, John Goldberger, and the list goes on. I believe Hodinkee was the first YouTube channel that I really fell in love with their content, their style, the questions they ask, and the whole trajectory of where that channel was going. They kind of fell off a little bit. Here and there, you'll see some Talking Watches and some watch content, but I don't believe that's their main focus in the past few months. Now, like I said, I believe they're bitten off too much than they could chew. Hodinkee went off to selling watches. And in my eyes, I've checked out their website. I've checked out the watches that they've posted on their site. And guys, in my opinion, they're too overpriced. They're way overpriced compared to what you could get them for from other dealers or on Chrono24 and other websites. Comment down below and let me know if you agree. If you've looked at Hodinkee's website and realized like, wow, their prices are way too high. I don't know why they have their prices so high. But one of the changes that Hodinkee mentioned in an article that they're going to make is that they're going to stop selling pre-owned watches. They're going to stop selling timepieces, which I think is a good idea because for some reason, I'm surprised some of their timepieces actually sell. I've kept track of the timepieces on their website to see if whether or not they're going to sell, who's going to buy this timepiece at this price. And for some reason, guys, they do sell. I think there are some Hodinkee fanboys out there that just want to support the company and Ben Clymer, and they buy the timepieces on his website. But they did say that they're going to stop selling, and I think there's watches on the site right now, so I guess they're just going to leave them there until they all sell out, and then they're just going to not sell pre-owned watches anymore, which I believe is a good idea. If they do get back to it, which I think Ben Clymer added in a conversation, that it's not for certain that it's going to be a permanent stop to selling timepieces, If they do come back though, I think that they should have more reasonable prices for their timepieces. Let me know if you guys agree with that point. Another thing that Hodinkee did was have insurance, Hodinkee insurance, where you can insure your timepieces. I think it's a great idea to have your collection insured, but Hodinkee's really trying to be a conglomerate, like having many divisions, which I think kind of hurt the company in what really made people fall in love with them. And I think is the editorials, of course, the articles, which I didn't read, but I'm sure other people did, and the YouTube content. So I really think for Hodinkee to survive and Hodinkee to last, they are heading in the right direction for stopping some of the things that they've started, which is selling watches and some of the other things that they've mentioned in the article. I think they really need to focus on maybe 10% the editorials, the blogs and the articles, but 90% YouTube content. They should be a content-driven company. I really think that should be the main focus moving forward. And everything else, 5% here, 10%, but really focus on being a content-driven company. If you guys agree with me, comment down below. If you disagree, comment down below and let me know. Let me know if you guys have ever purchased a timepiece from Hodinkee's website. For some reason, guys, all the timepieces that I've actually looked at were overpriced, but some of you guys might have purchased timepieces off of Hodinkee's website. So let me know, comment down below if you guys have had an experience with buying a timepiece on Hodinkee. Comment down below your opinion and your views on Hodinkee as a company, from when you first heard of them and when you started getting into Hodinkee's content. And right now, how do you feel about Hodinkee and the direction that they're heading and currently are in right now? Comment down below. Let me know, guys. So referencing back to Federico from Federico Talks Watches opinion in his video, where he was pretty much saying, is it a little too late for Hodinkee to make the changes that they're making so that the company could thrive? I don't know. It might not be too late. Like I've said before, I think they really just need to focus on their YouTube content and bring back the talking watches, bring back some of the older collectors that they've had sit downs with, bring new collectors, because it's something that could never go old. Some of the collectors that they've already had on the channel, I'm sure their collections have changed. So we would love to see some of the old collectors that's been on the channel to see how their collection has changed since we last saw their collection. And that's obviously clear that it was successful, because we've seen John Mayer's collection numerous times on the channel, not necessarily saying that it has changed, but his collection is so large that he needed a couple of episodes to show his collection. I'm sure he has numerous timepieces out there that we haven't even seen yet. So it's something that could never go old. And I think anyone at Hodinkee, if you see this video, or Ben Clymer, if you see this video, take that into consideration. It might be in your mind, you think that, why would they want to see collectors that they've seen before? But we all know that collections change over the years. So we would definitely want to see some of the old collectors and new collectors on the channel. Focus on the YouTube content. I think that's going to be the solution to make the company thrive and get back on top. Guys, I'm going to end the video here. I want you guys, again, share your thoughts and opinion on Hodinkee. Let me know how you guys first heard of Hodinkee. Are you guys actually Hodinkee fans? Do you guys watch their content or read their blogs? I want to see what you guys think out there on Hodinkee. Thanks for watching. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And stay tuned for some more videos.